Hey everybody, I'm making sure that my live stream is connecting, so just give me 1 second while it catches up, okay? Looks good to me. Next thing's next. Let me get my screen up so I can share it with you. Here we go, gang. Today we're going to talk about market values, today's actual market value, plus potential market values in the future. But let's talk about when you're analyzing a property or an auction list, one of the most crucial pieces to your investigation is understanding the actual market value and the trends of a specific area or neighborhood. So my goal for you during this short time that we have together today is to take away two things. First, the market value of an area, and more specifically of an address, is defined by properties that have recently sold in or around this geo point. You cannot look at properties that sold in 2020 and assume that those prices are still relevant today. You also can't look at properties that sold 5 miles away in a different type of neighborhood with a different type of construction and architecture or layout and assume that those prices are similar to yours. You must create a strict geo-fenced area that is within 1 mile or less of your property that shows all of the potential real estate, all of the properties that have recently sold and closed, say within the last 6 to 9 months. And you can use that information to accurately identify what the market value in your area is. We're really only interested in the recorded prices on these recently closed sales because we need to understand the market trends. Now, market trends are forecasted by a number of external factors, but the main telltale sign are the recent closings in the area. So, are the properties closing above list or below list? Maybe they're closing right at list. An additional point to reinforce is the fact that there are always outliers. There's a homeowner that has a $400,000 house, but he's going to list it at $600,000 because that's what he thinks it's worth, or that's what he's going to sell it at. Now, that's why we don't care about the pricing of active listings. We don't care what people put their homes up for sale for. We care what they actually close at. Knowing these numbers of active listings in the area, as well as the turnover rate for active listings in the area, is very pertinent information. But the list price of an active listing is not so important to me when I'm analyzing an area for a property value. Now you know what you're looking for. The next question is, where do you find this information? Well, this is where it can get a little bit tricky. Some states, like Texas, they're non-disclosure states. That means that you're going to have a very difficult time locating the closing price on the real estate via the internet. They won't typically record the price on Zillow or any of the other syndicated websites, and this is going to make it really tough to find the information that you're looking for. So let me show you an example. This is a screenshot of a property that I sold in the Houston area, and you're going to notice that you can see the date which it sold, but not the closing date, and that is not normal. Other states may release the closing price through syndicated sites, and that's pretty helpful, I'll be honest. These recorded prices are factored through and to establish an AVM, or what's called an automated valuation method. That AVM is a price point established based solely off of metrics like square footage, the property size, and the recent sales prices. This gives us a rough estimate of maybe how much money's in the area or what a property could be worth, but it's not an exact figure because it overlooks things like the quality, the access, construction materials, and other important ancillary items. So one of the best ways to verify and ensure the property's valuation is to employ a local realtor. They have access to all the privately held MLS data, and they can give you an accurate pulse on the area, right? Maybe a hot neighborhood, maybe a hot pocket, maybe not. They may be willing to do that in an effort to build rapport with you and in exchange for future listings. Once you've acquired a property, you're going to need to sell it. If they help you up front, you may be willing to pay them on the back end. So if you're not able or willing to work with a local realtor, another option for you to hopefully obtain accurate information would be through these syndicated sites like Zillow or Redfin and so forth. Now, these websites gain access to the MLS data in cooperating areas, and they help report the most accurate information that they have access to. But if you happen to be researching a non-disclosure state, like Texas, this route's probably not going to work for you. You're not going to have any idea of what things traded hands at. So another effective arm for researching this type of information is by utilizing a subscription or a program that can scrape the local market information and provide you with consolidated reports in a manner that's more efficient and more effective than manually researching each property hand by hand by hand. The hesitation with this, at least for me, is that you have to trust but verify all of the information. Because this data is so vast, there's a lot. I would say it's like drinking drinking out of a fire hose, but it's even worse. So because this data is so vast and ever changing, there's really a lot of follow-up research that we have to conduct. Having a partner that understands this verification and requalification process is a very important part when taking this avenue. I have found, from banging my head a number of times, some of the most efficient ways to address this due diligence process, and that's important to me because efficiency is key in moving quickly, and I want to move quick. I think that was an accident, so I'm going to skip that slide. It's supposed to come right here. By understanding the actual market value of a property, you have the right starting point. And when you get to jump from the right point, the sky is your limit. So now our analyzation process becomes a walk in the park, and we're confident with the conservative bid price that our formula establishes and provides for us. We're confident when we're bidding, and we know how high we should bid to and where we should stop to make sure we are maximizing our investments. I hope that worked out great for you guys. I hope it was a quick, fun one today. I'm going to stop sharing this screen. I'm going to see if anybody has questions. And if you do, I'll answer them. And if you don't, that's fine too. I'm just going to maybe show you how this works, why it works, what I'm doing. I'm actually looking in Washington right now. Let's see what else I have pulled up. I might have some stuff pulled up to share with you guys. Okay, so let me give you an idea of an AVM. Share my screen 1 second. I'm just gonna share land division first. Done. I get to come in here and I'm looking at this property. Now this is going to be in Washington. We're in Pacific County, Washington. This looks like a vacant lot. We don't have any hazards, which is nice because there are some low floodplains in the area. Look, we're right by the ocean here. This is a cool little lot. I'm going to go ahead and hit comps. This is an AVM model. Actually, excuse me, this is not an AVM model. This is really a manual hand process. Nothing sold in the last 6 months. Has anything sold in the last 12 months? Nothing. Anything in the last 24 months? Nothing. Man, not a lot of sales in the area. I'm going to clear this report. Okay, let me go refresh this one more time. Find my comps. Let's say within 2 miles, 12 months, search. Wow. Okay, let me see if I need to additional land uses, because this is scheduled as land use miscellaneous. Okay, let's get beyond that. Let's get into like vacant residential. Well, miscellaneous, I don't think. I'm going to click single family. Let's try this. Let's see if it's showing us homes or lots. Make a big difference for us. It's going to show us homes there. Fine, let's do this. We know that land should cost about 20% of what we're building. Homes are selling for $375, $233, 8 to 200,000. Okay, so let's be conservative. Let's say it's going to be 185. That's 18,500 times 2 is 36,000, $37,000. So we can put a $37,000 price tag on this one. Okay, so let me share my screen with you. And so I have an unknown address for this property. So I'm going to kind of take it from up here because it's very similar. My APN, my parcel number will be different. My opening bid, I said, was $37,000. My annual taxes was $1,124. And the minimum bid on this is $4,765.87. Okay, so it has me conservatively purchasing this property at $28,346, which is 76% of the market value, or a quick profit of 29%, almost 30%, or $8,300. So that's kind of how I would analyze this to understand the trends of the market and where I'm going. Now, we had to do some research there because it doesn't look like there's any land selling. If you recall, we're looking at residential properties that have sold. There's a number of those, but no land, and I find that strange. So I'm going to come back. I'm going to run it one more time with you. I had an idea. Let me see if I can nail this down a bit more. Strange to me that they're doing that. I'm gonna go within 1 mile because that'd be the best. Five traded hands at 360. 6 traded hands at 360 with the house. It's my timer, sorry. So 3.6 acres traded hands for $80,000. Our property's basically a half an acre. It's 0.4 acres. Seemingly cool spot. I mean, if you lived here, you'd come down to Cypress Street, down to Douglas Street, over to this Canary Road, Warrington Canary Road, up the street, and you're on the beach. literally on the beach, bro. It's cool. So that's how I would find the trend. But I mean, these properties sold in the last year. There's some vacant land, some residential. The way it works in Washington, you can see the owner is the government and the land use says governmental public. That's because everything's assigned to the government at this point, and we're buying it directly from them. Well, anyways, if you have any questions on this, if you're interested in modeling or analyzing a specific market, if you need help trying to figure out how much a property costs, or you just want help so that you don't have to worry about that, contact me at chatwithcody.com. You want to go to chatwithcody.com. That's going to schedule a call with me. That way I can help understand who you are, what your goals are, what you're doing, and then maybe get you on the right path. I hope you guys have a great day. Talk to you next time.